Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, October 7th, 2019, and I hope your Monday is off to a fantastic start. Went to the flea market yesterday, and I think this is so cute. This is called the Dashboard Hula Doll, and I really like. Isn't this cute? I think that is really nice. I'm not going to put it on my dashboard, but I just thought it was so cute. I couldn't resist it for $2. So I'm going to put this up on the up with the other collectibles I have, and yeah, I just think it's ultra cute. Yeah, I had a good time there yesterday. Listen, I wanted to talk this morning about boondocking and the van life and the RV life, living in probably, well, maybe the smallest RV that anybody I know takes on the road, the 2016 Dodge ProMaster City utility van, and I've really liked it. And I've had a couple people comment and say you paint a really pretty picture about boondocking and the vanning life, but is there any downside to the boondocking? Now, let me just preface this by saying I was out 44 days in June, July, got back in August. In that time, I was in a van for probably overnighting in the van. Probably once I left Las Vegas, I think I had about 3 nights in a hotel out of those 40. So 41 of those nights in the van, and every single night on the last trip I took down to Yuma and down to Mexico. 23 days in total, so 23 plus 41, you're talking about 64 days of sleeping in a van. Is there a downside to it? Well, the downside I would say is a couple things. Number one, you really are, you're in a situation where you're doing boondocking where you have to be very careful of police and where you're parking. Now, I have a very small van, and I've never had any issue either on public streets or, I don't go to, I've never boondock on a lot that has signs posted that say no overnight RV, no overnight parking. I've always gone, if I'm going to places that seemingly allow RVs, and I go to places that have fifth wheels and travel trailers and Class A's and Class E RVs, and so in that way, I'm not trying to do something that is illegal, because at the end of the day, I can always park on the street. Well, reality is sometimes, depending on the size of your van and places maybe like the Pacific Beach, you might get that knock. Police, or find yourself with a ticket on your van. It's always something of concern, but my confidence level week in, week out. I remember when I first got the van in the summer of 2017, in July of 2017, and I started going out and doing my initial boondocking. I hardly slept a wink. Why? Because I thought I was such an obvious target, either on the streets of Point Reyes Station or Petaluma. And in reality, it was blending in perfectly, but it's not to say that it could not happen. So that's a potential drawback of it, that you can have brushes with the law. Number two, I have no idea in bad weather what the situation would be. Okay? I was so lucky when I did my 44-day Midwestern journey up through Chicago, Detroit, Buffalo, then down into Baltimore, Cumberland, Maryland, and over to back up to Detroit and Cheyenne and places. I never had a rainy day. On this last trip to the Southwest, I never had a rainy experience. Now, I should back up and say, yes, there was a little bit of rain showers overnight in some places in Detroit and Chicago, but it would clear the next morning, and it would be sunny weather again. I'm not sure how I would feel being in a place where I don't have sunshine and where still I have rainy conditions or cold and snowy conditions, and be cooped up in a van. Would I go crazy in the back of a van, just laying back and, surfing YouTube videos. And, I mean, that's the reality. I'm a go, 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 go kind of person. So a rainy day just really would throw a wrench into the works. And believe it or not, of all those days, those 64 days or whatever that I boondocked, 64, 65 days, I never had the experience of rain for a full day. I think that would be a real drag. Can you say hello, public library, to go inside and kill time? Well, I've never had to do that yet. The other side of the van and boondocking life, it's a very lonely life. And I'm a very social person. I like to travel with people, okay? And I've always been a person that does not enjoy being alone. I'm a person that is gregarious and outgoing by nature. And I love to interact with people. I love to bounce experiences off of people. If I did those travels as just myself in vans and I wasn't traveling with Dee or wasn't traveling with Elvis, what a world of difference it would be to me. Okay, my van can't really accommodate two people. Most Class Bs won't carry two people. They'll usually carry one person, the vans. Even the wide-body vans will typically carry one person. So for me, it's a situation that would be really lousy to be on the road by myself and experiencing things. Other than that, I can't really think of any drawbacks. The pluses are so great. The gas mileage, the seeing sights, the saving probably $6,000 to $7,000 in hotel bills. It was great. Would I recommend that people get a van and fit it out for travel? Yeah, I would. I think it's an outstanding way to see the country. Despite what you hear about a lot of cities, if you're stealth and you're low profile, you won't really have any problems at all. So, yeah, it's been the greatest experience for years for me. And yes, there are downsides, I'm sure, and ones I've not yet identified. But don't forget, I'm the person that lost my keys in Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's about as bad as it gets on the road, okay? When you totally lose your keys and you don't have another key, that can get bad too on the road, so you have to be ready for that contingency. Lesson learned. All right, but it also makes you more and more self-reliant. I'm going to conclude it on a Monday morning. I want to thank you for being along this morning. I like that. It kind of wobbles and shakes a little bit. I love that a lot. Anyway, happy Monday to all of you, and see you around.